How do you see slimy sea slugs secrete slimy sea slug slime on the slimy Fuck! I almost got it. The one word that doesn't have a S in it. God damn it. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to another stream. Keep fiddling with my hair because I'm getting like hairs in my mouth stuck to my lip balm, courtesy of having my face framing pieces out today. I am here. Sorry for the slight delay. It was a little bit of a last minute rush to get ready for stream because Loff and I went to the shop not long ago. We got absolutely drenched, him more so than I, because I have a more appropriate torrential rain coat than he does. But I realized I hadn't eaten anything pre-stream, which is not really the wisest thing to do because I'll just get hungry within probably like 45 minutes. So I had a quick bite to eat, and then that just kind of set the whole delay in motion. So I apologize for that, but I am here. I hope you are all doing well and you're excited for your weekend. Today, we're spending some time with my main, my lovely druid. The plan is to try and weed out some of the last War Within achievements that we've got while we wait for midnight. The main one is the War Within meta achievement. I haven't finished it, and actually, I'm quite a lot further behind in my progress than I would have initially thought. Because if I'm not mistaken, the beginning of the War Within, there was a little bit of a rush for me to get ready for raid. So I just kind of leveled as quickly as possible, and I think I remember cutting multiple corners for the sake of saving time. And that resulted in me missing a bunch of side quest lines. If we look at all that Kaz, Lawmaster of Kazalgar, we still need side quest lines in Hallowfall, Ashgahet, and Ringing Deeps. So there's quite a lot to do there because Sojourner of the Ringing Deeps is about halfway done. Ashgahet is probably less. Cool, I've done one side quest line in Ashgahet, so that's going to take some work. And until yesterday or day before, I had only done one quest line out of the Sojourner of Hallowfall as well, so I think the best place to start is to just get some side quest lines done. We also have a meta achievement objective for Undermine, Koresh, and use Zalnot Pass. End Zalatath's schemes for now by completing the achievements below. I'll remember you. I think I only have one thing left to do there, so that's probably an easy thing to tick off. Rage aside the machine. Aid the assembly of the deeps by completing the achievements below. Gosh, there's quite a lot to do. Let's just go to Hallowfall, because that's a bearable workload for now. Let's grab like an open world balance set, which should be fine for now, I think. I like having trees. I've got Vortex. This all looks probably fine. Fluid form wouldn't be bad, but I think we're good. And then off to Hallowfall we go. I'm just going to go straight down. I'm going to bypass Ringing Deeps because I don't love Ringing Deeps, but it does mean that I've left Ashgahet and Ringing Deeps until last, and I prefer Hallowfall over both of them, so maybe this was a bad choice, but that's okay. Good morning. Hope you've had a good day so far. Another busy day at work, so it's really picking up, so I'll be popping in and out again. Hello, Lee. Good morning. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I am grateful that you are here at all, given how busy things are. So I hope your day goes okay and you're not completely inundated. Try to take some breaks if you can. Okay. So we need to do some side quest lines. I'm actually going to head up to where you do the lamplighter stuff, because I tried to do gutting the pool the other day and it hadn't spawned, so I think I might be phasing myself a little bit by having not progressed the zone a ton. So I'm going to go anti-clockwise around the zone for now. And just basically pick up every side quest that I find, because it's all probably relevant to some extent. I will probably stop a lot for lumber if I find it as well, just because I'm crafting decor as and when I have the lumber for it, seeing what sells on the auction house. I'm starting to think it might be wisest to start kind of pre-crafting some stuff and then posting them once midnight launches, because there's going to be a load more players who don't have early access. So they'll just be starting out from scratch with housing, so maybe it would be more lucrative to get some crafting done now, but not necessarily post them straight away, because as it stands, for the most part, most of the alchemy crafted stuff that I'm selling, it does sell, especially things like the Boulder Springs hot tub. I feel like hot tubs generically are going to be quite a popular choice. They're not selling for anywhere near the amount they were when early access first began, because you could sell hot tubs and most things for at least 40 or 50k, and now I'm selling them for less than 10. So maybe we'll just wait a little bit. There's a quest here too. Egg basket. This probably feels a bit less like it's part of any kind of quest line, but where do the eggs come from? Helheim egg. Collect eggs to place in the basket. These guys? Not gonna do the actual key flame thing. Oh, I guess I am, because this is actually a quest that I need to do. Helheim remnants used to empower the key flame. I have enough.
Feel the warmth of the sacred flame.
I am capped on Valor Stones, but I physically can't use them currently because I don't think I've got any gear that I can actually upgrade. The stuff that I'm wearing, I don't have the crests to upgrade, and I'm certainly not going to go and do E levels I should be doing to get the crests. I guess I could... It's not really important. I think Valor Stones might turn into gold or something if you have any. Grasping darkness, slain. For the most part, I would say that these quest lines aren't going to take too long. Getting the actual achievement segments done will be what takes the doing. But ticking kind of each of the quest lines off individually shouldn't be too big of an ask, especially with the gear this character has.
Hope if we choose to look for it.
Exhibit A, Lost in the Darkness. We got the achievement, or part of the achievement, and we also got Vanilla, the wolf? Vanilla Mace. So lovely to have you on board with us, darling. Love your work. How adorable is she? Let's go to a flickering of hope. I'm not sure if I'm being baited and this is like key flame stuff. This looks like key flame stuff.
You are an outsider, yes?
Sojourner.
The
Yeah.
Empire is forever.
Italian, the Sojourner.
We will triumph. We are the warriors of the sacred flame.
Okay, well, I'm not going to pick up her daily. This is the key flame thing, but she's got two others, which I don't think are related.
We are all the Emperor's subjects.
We're looking for some tinder boxes, which just dropped from these guys. We got one of them from that big pack. The rest don't come from here. Oh, actually, I forgot to add something in my stream title. Oh, hello. I don't think I need to fight you, so I'm just gonna leave. I created 2 new commands because I went through my add-ons list and just removed anything that I wasn't actively using anymore. And made sure everything else that I had was up to date. Because it's quite nice to do that going into a new expansion anyway. Kind of makes me feel a bit more streamlined. But also in the event that people ask about what add-ons I use or what a certain thing is, obviously I can explain one specific add-on, but in order to have an actual comprehensive list of everything that I'm currently using and, you know, is as up to date as can be, I thought it would be nice to have a command that then spits out a spreadsheet with all of my stuff in it. And then even more specifically, if anyone is interested in having my specific plater profile, not to say that it is anything to write home about, but some people just like having the thing that they see on the screen. There is a very long Google Doc separate from the Google Sheet, which has the import string for my plater profile. I couldn't add it to the spreadsheet because it has, believe it or not, more than 50,000 characters in it, and you can't fit more than 50,000 characters in a cell in a spreadsheet, so I had to make that separately. A little bit wild. I have no idea why it's quite that long, but it sounds a little bit poorly optimized to me, but what do I know about making add-ons? So in the event that anyone is interested in any of the add-ons that I use or the plater profile I use, it should all be there for you. Good evening, Jacob. How are you today? Apart from tired, that just comes with the territory. At least it's the weekend. Indeed. What are you going to be up to this weekend, Jacob? I'm streaming tomorrow, which is pretty unusual for me. I don't typically stream on weekends. But I don't have a huge amount going on. Hmm? What else are we doing? We're looking for bristle spine. Gaming, sleeping, eating in any order I feel. Sounds pretty good to me. Are you still playing on that private WoW server, or is there a different game that you're going to be enjoying this weekend?
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
Rescue citizens, reassure Maximilian.
May Baladar stay in the light.
If the shadows find you, call.
Oh look, these as decor items would be so nice. Now that we have housing, my ignorant brain thinks if it exists as an asset like this in the environment, surely it can exist as a decor item, more or less, give or take. There's corn on the cob, there's slabs of meat, there's mushrooms, actual carrots. These saucepans look great. There's firewood. There's dishes and plates, spoons. We literally needed these yesterday on stream, making the dining table. It's kind of funny now that there's housing, of like seeing things out in the world and thinking, well, why don't we have that? These are like some kind of exotic fruit. Loaves of bread, which we do have, to be fair.
We burn brightly
But
together.
I also am fully appreciative of the fact that this is early access housing, so we're probably going to be given a wealth of more decor once Midnight fully launches, so maybe I'll be put in my place. Bit of League of Legends, Sins of the Solar Empire 2, and some wowing. I do not know what that second one is. You'll have to explain it to me. Kind of random question. Have you ever looked into adding captions to your streams? I'm not sure if it's difficult to add or not. I can't say I have, Lee. No. I believe you can. I don't think it would be very difficult. Is that something that you would be interested in me doing? If it's because I don't speak clearly enough, you can be 100% honest with me. Sometimes when I get on a tangent, I can speak quite quickly. So I apologize for that.
Greetings, outsider.
Or maybe to like watch while muted or something, maybe you mean? I don't know. But no, I haven't looked into it. I definitely could though. No beating. Still, my body says no. It shall not hurt. Yeah. That beating project, every beating project you take on seems like a big ask. So I think You gotta take your time on them and add to it bit by bit when it feels good to do so. No point just burning yourself out. Okay, Lee, I understand. That's a really good point. In fact, I'm gonna make a note of it because I don't want to forget. I believe when you like, you will. Can I speak? I believe when you are a viewer of a stream, there is an option sometimes to enable closed captioning or subtitles. But I'm assuming I have to do something on my side for that to be configured. Subtitles. And before I just throw this notepad back in the drawer, I'm going to tear this page out. Terribly not neatly. And leave it out on my desk. Thank you for that idea. I will look into it.
The flame burns for all of us.
Ooh, let's just fill in this long letter for you, darling.
For the Empire.
Let's just grab the last.
Always
I think I just untracked it. Let's get the last of our Cobus before we hand them all in. No, you're all good, Lee. Don't worry. You're not disrupting the stream at all. I just wanted to make sure that I made a physical note of the suggestion because I didn't want to finish stream and then, you know, kind of have a mental block and forget that we talked about it. Sometimes with streaming, I can get through a 3 or 4 hour stream, and if you were to ask me what we talked about, for the most part, I could say, I do not remember. It's something in the multitasking function of my brain
Life is all around us.
where I sacrifice my memory in order to keep up with the multitasking. Maybe that will come with more experience, but you're not being disruptive or anything, don't worry. It's all good. Well, there's a lot of lumber and herbs over here. It's kind of distracting.
You carry your torch, you light the city. Sacred flame guide your way. friend.
Spears distributed. Oh, we're arming the
We are
citizens.
holders of hope.
May the shadows pass you by.
Here you
We
are.
are the holders of hope. You carry your torch, you light the city. Belladar shift in your favor.
Walk in the light. The flame burns for all of us.
Oh, this quest line's a little longer. Recover tinderboxes and defeat Boneseer Hookjaw. But first, lumber.
of light.
There's a treasure right here. I guess I should pick that up.
That also.
And I think here we're looking for hook jaw.
Why are monsters mean?
It's okay to leave. We'll meet you back at the claim. Okie dokie. I feel like the lumber over this side keeps respawning super fast. Can imagine it can be draining despite it being something you enjoy. It's definitely a very different thing from just playing the game. Yesterday I almost streamed without my camera on. Not for any bad reason, I was having a bit of a weird low energy day, and I also hadn't put makeup on, which is usually something I do in my morning routine if it's a day that I know I'm going to be on camera. Don't get me wrong. By no means do I have to have makeup on to stream or be on camera, but just out of my own level of comfort and how I like to present on camera, I do prefer to wear makeup. So I did consider streaming yesterday just without my camera on to kind of preserve my energy and save myself having to go and put makeup on when I felt kind of bad. I ended up just like pushing through it and putting makeup on anyway because I thought it'd probably make me feel a bit better to do something nice for myself and look in the mirror and, you know, feel like I look nice or that I've presented myself. But it's definitely a very different thing to like just play a game and then to stream a game, at least for me. Which I guess comes from trying to, you know, stay chatty and engaged
Sacred flame guide your way,
for
friend.
3 to 4 hours.
For the Empire.
I don't have a ton of experience in doing it. I've streamed for quite a few years now, so you'd like to think that I do have lots of experience. But it's not like I've ever streamed, you know, 5 or 6 days a week, 8 hours at a time. These are the longest streams I've ever done in the whole time I've streamed. I used to only be able to stream, you know, 2 hours at a time, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. Now I'm, you know, able to up it slightly to 3 or 4 hours per stream. But it's curious what it would be like to be a non-camera streamer. I'm sure lots of people can kind of treat streaming like they're just playing a game and there just happens to be an audience. I'm DCing. But yeah, for me it feels like a presenting experience. I haven't DC'd on stream, have I? We're all good.
You're fine.
Okay. It's just wow having a moment. Oh. She really does not want me to reconnect.
Yeah.
It could be servers, actually. I can give my opinion on it. I personally really enjoy your energy. You're very positive and calm, and that means a lot. Oh, thank you, Lee. Yeah, I guess I'd never want to come on on camera and bring a bad energy. Like, there are days where I think, you know, my mood is not great. I don't feel like I can deliver a performance on camera. I hate calling it a performance because that makes it sound all very fake, but to just present on camera, I guess. But I guess something just happens where when I know the camera is on, I just kind of go into a different mindset. And then, of course, chatting with you guys always cheers me up and makes me very happy and grateful. So there is that to it as well. I could sit in front of a camera all the livelong day and feel however I'm going to feel, but the audience and the community that you have with you is a pivotal part in how that goes. At least in my opinion. These guys are elites, so I was probably meant to use a quest item first. I've pulled another one. Speed hitting the water, making me DC is so annoying. I've been having a lot of DC issues. Oh. There's just a lot of server instability. There has been. I think it's quite a bit better now. But yeah, collision seems to be the biggest thing that DCs me, and supposedly even colliding with water is enough to do it. I'll attempt if I can just like pull the rest of them. I don't think them being elites is going to matter too much anymore. I've got cooldowns. And then the boss man. Avoiding all attacks and spells. Well, that's no good. And lumber. Thought I'd hit the water delicately that time. Fathom Incher? Oh, actually, it's kind of weird. I thought it was cute. If you took the spines off it, maybe it would be cute. I have never seen a pet like that before. In the depths of the endless sea, strange thalassic horrors lurk. Not this fella, though. He's completely normal. Someone definitely has fun writing those. Collect the fish. Drop the fish in deeper waters. Let's go and save the poor fish.
The lamplighters are stretched thin. For the Arathi to survive,
And dismount.
shadowed from Beladar's light. The darkness strikes out with threats.
Put me in the water. Drop the fish at the bleak sands. Goodbye, little fishy.
Be our beacon in the darkness.
A warbling cry emanates from the fish. It casts its song into the ocean depths. I expected an ignoble end at the hands of the Cobus. Bless you, darling. You're all good. Rushing depths. We're almost done with Hallowfall. Probably just over halfway. The slimy sea slug from Najatar is a much better recolor of that pet. Oh, really? Hello, Rogue. I don't think I have that. Slimy sea slug? Am I filtered? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I think having the spines the same color makes it less creepy. But oh well, we've got one of them now. Fathom Incher. How big are they? Let's go to land. With just as fun a description. Let's look it up. I think I left my slug in the water. Oh, they're really tiny. That's cute. Very strange looking. Sea slug. How do you see? Slimy sea slugs secrete slimy sea slug slime on the slimy Fuck! I almost got it. The one word that doesn't have a S in it. God damn it. Slimy sea slugs secrete slimy sea slug slime on the slimy sea floor. That is fun, you're right. And the damp light didn't get a fun description at all. Sorry, I just yelled fuck down the mic. That's really not like me. I apologize. Okay. Those who fell. Moving swiftly on. Oh, there's too many friends here. I'm going to move on from that lumber. I'm sorry. I've become spoiled in my lumber farming nowadays because I've spent so long farming old expansions lumber where I can just ignore all mobs because they don't care about me because I out-level them. Then I come and do War Within stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to kill things. The pet descriptions are gold mines, like looking for weird Pokédex entries. Yeah, I feel like they probably very easily get overlooked. Like, I had no idea that was a thing. But people definitely must have fun making those. What are we doing here? Fungal enemies? That's a bonus objective.
Yeah.
We need to speak to
We are the
Hira.
warriors of the sacred flame.
I accept the honor of something.
We will triumph.
I think we're going to get another one.
Take your lead.
Oh, never mind.
The empire is forever.
Okay. We can probably check in on gutting the pools now and see if this is available. I kind of want tea. Maybe I should go make tea.
Nej, men slå bro. Tell him that. That.
Oh, I think this quest was here. I just didn't see little Eliza the whole time. She's in stealth. That's kind of funny. Finally an adult that will help me achieve vengeance. Oh.
I like it when the stars
Kill
shine.
Kobus. Retrieve her parents' items. Oh gosh, this is dark. They've added little baby Voidwalkers, and they're the most adorable things. Yes, I saw one recently. Isn't there one called, like, Voldy? Where's this from? Oh, this isn't out yet. This is from Midnight. Construct Venor Ray. Venor Ray? Very sweet. I mean, sometimes the Void's call is faint, so smaller, younger Voidwalkers heed its call. That one was a flop. That one's a shame. Also, why wouldn't you call it Voidy, not Voldy? Maybe it's a joke I'm missing. The storyline is heartwarming and breaking. Oh no. Kobus are a bit larger than I expected. Oh gosh. Bloody inheritance. When the Kobus killed my parents, they stole some of their most cherished things. Oh goodness. Okay. Dark. The one that starts as Zai or something is a 10 out of 10. Is that a pet or a quest line? I'm not sure what we're talking about now. Zai or... Oh, there is more. I'm not sure how you say this. Zyorgfaron, emissary of the cosmic unknown, ender of all that is, was and will ever be, or Zygi, as his friends call him, is physically incapable of harming a fly. Poor baby. I love that he can't. They can't battle either. So checks out. That's cute. I should pay more attention to pet descriptions. I don't really collect pets, but I probably should. They're definitely very cute. Have you guys heard the news about pet battles and their fate in Midnight? Or I guess pets in general. Pets in general sounds dramatic. Pets are not going anywhere. You can still get pets. But I've heard that the majority of them are peaceful pets, they coin them. So you don't battle them in the wild to capture them because the pets can't battle themselves. So you just walk up to a pet in the wild and click on it, and then you capture it by default. I imagine some people in the pet battle community are probably up in arms about it, but I guess they're warranted, but I kind of have some opinions as well, but I'm not someone that actually engages with the content, so. Pet them. I heard. I think I'm okay with that, honestly. Quite like that idea. I'm happy that you guys feel that way, because I felt that way too, and I wondered if I might be in the minority. Not that I care if I were, but... Hazel Nutty Games made a video covering, like, her thoughts on pet battles. And she made a really good point, which even I'm aware of as someone that doesn't engage with the content. Obviously, by this point, we have thousands of pets. I don't know if it's more than 2,000, but is there a way for me to tell?
I think 1800.
16 to 1800 is the ballpark that Loftus gave me. Despite all of those pets, and you know, in the understanding that not every single one of them can battle, the people who go kind of hardcore for pet battles end up using about the same 5 or 6 pets anyway. So it's like, if you're playing kind of optimally, which a lot of them look to do when they're playing the content that fiercely, it's like 98% of the pets don't even get the time of day. So you sort of capture them with the same pet, you know, group of 3 that you would use for any other pet battle, and then you get it in your collection and you never see it again. So be interesting to see how many more people get into pet stuff now that they're changing it so much to be more peaceful as opposed to battling. Help Eliza say goodbye. Oh my gosh, she's wearing the helmet. Well, parents avenged, fish killed, more fish killed, biggest fish killed. Pretty good day. I guess I should go burn stuff. Oh, and back to the orphanage. This poor girl. She's kind of creepy, honestly, though. Muffled sobs can be heard. There's nothing left for me here. Ah,
What are you?
is she actually going to follow me? Hope you can fly, little girl. Yeah, you're right, guys. That was pretty devastating. Ooh, lots of quests here.
Get the zoomies and misbehave. Take
Oh,
them
she's
for
carrying the
for
sword
them.
around. That seems like you wouldn't be allowed to do that. Thanks, Lyra. I'll make sure to put in a good word with General Steelstrike for you. I know her well. And we get some adult-sized Arathi epaulets. Nice.
One day I'll be a lamplighter.
An orphan's dilemma. Oh dear. Okay.
Sacred flame guide your way, friend. Always.
Oh, we got a renown cache. I never really did pet battles. I can see how it feels like cutting content. This is true.
We must prepare for Belladonna.
But I reckon, my hypothesis is, specifically the change of how you acquire a pet, simplifying it so much like they're going to, is going to make people like me pick up pets, because previously, you know, we'd go into a new expansion, there'd be new wild pets out in the zones, and I'd kind of just bypass them because I'd think, oh, I probably don't have the pets to deal with that pet battle. I probably don't have them leveled enough, whatever. So I just kind of walk straight past them, and that has massively impacted my collection because I have 533 pets currently, and only, what, like 20 of them level 25, maybe even less. So I'd have to level them as well. I don't count myself as a hardcore pet collector, and yet I have 950 unique ones. That's a very strong number. 22 mounts away from having more mounts than pets. 22 mounts. Ooh. That's a lot of mounts. I need to do something here. Why are you glowing?
I search each day
Stay a
for
while
a
and
new
listen.
strategy.
Oh, I never got this mount. Oh, or this mount. I'm afraid now a lot of my resonance crystals need to be saved for the sake of purchasing decor. So we'll leave those for now.
Are you well, friend?
That item in your pack looks familiar.
We are the heart of shadow.
Okay. And then there's a quest here. Head Armorer.
I support our army with the finest blades.
Seek out and gain the aid of Speaker Kuldaz in Gundogaz.
Steel conquered a continent.
I always felt behind because I never fully engaged with it, so I just stopped. Yes. I wonder if I filter this by... oh, I can't. I was hoping to filter it by expansion. Because I genuinely think I don't have any War Within pets, apart from ones that come from, like, quest lines or drops from a dungeon or something. I don't think I've done a single pet battle in the War Within period.
There is always hope if we choose to look for it.
Eliza stopped. I remember Eliza. She's like a harvest golem. Would you guys say that you prefer collecting mounts as opposed to pets? Or maybe toys or transmog? What's the kind of hierarchy for you? Because for me, I think now it's decor. Decor's kind of immediately shot up to number 1. Because decor also provides house experience, which allows you to kind of progress your house, so to speak. So I'd probably put decor number 1, mounts number 2. Probably pets and then toys and then transmog. I'm put off by the fact that there's so much transmog that I just sort of tell myself, resign yourself from it and you will just get transmog as you play the game. And then maybe one day, once other collections are feeling more polished off, you can focus more on actual transmog farming and getting something like all the things up and running and farming old content and stuff. Also, Barrel Dar is changing. Because it's on the hour. Aiming for the big 1K during midnight. Exciting stuff. Friend I was talking about has 1,594 unique pets. That's a Pokemon enjoyer. I can put money on it. I think midnight will bring the total up to over 2,000. Yeah, that's going to cause quite a big gap in my collection, isn't it, if I'm only at 500? A quarter of the way. Which, to be fair, doesn't sound too bad. We are heading west. Not really a collector in game, I just do the challenges instead. Top G, Jacob. Mounts, pets, everything else. Transmog? Yeah, kind of similar to me. Decor is absolutely number one, and then mounts, transmog, toys, and pets. Ooh, that's interesting. I definitely understand. There's a lot of really cool transmog out there, so... Yoink! Stole the lumber. Goodbye. Toys over pets is interesting too. I never really got into pets, into toys. I would kind of like to, because there are some really nice quality of life ones. Like you can get the chef's hat that increases your cooking speed.
Will triumph.
Love's trying to piss me off. I don't even have an in-game house in WoW. Does the garrison count? No. I'm afraid not. Very different thing. Lop says, garrisons don't exist. We don't talk about garrisons. Kind of useful if you do have a house, though. There were two things garrisons were good for, and Lof's gonna tell me what they were.
Getting my legendary ring, like mythic red, and pet battle.
Getting his legendary ring so he could raid mythic and pet battle daily quests. Nowadays, the garrison is useful if you want to try and make some money off of player housing, because it's a very easy way to get some herbs to create pigments to create dye, which you can then sell. Or you could just sell the herbs, but they don't sell for as much. Little fashion game. I like the toys that transform you, or the ones that give you a little outfit or something to hold. This is true. The Transmorpher beacon is very popular, the one that turns you into a random lore character. That one appears in raids pretty often. You pull a boss in raid and then everyone's in costume as a lore character, and as you enter combat, they all just yell their like pull line from their own encounter. Okay, we are looting staves.
Burn those defenses to ash before they turn the tide of battle.
Gosh, we're very good at like ninjaing things today.
Before they turn the tide of battle.
Oh gosh, we've got can't remember what this place is called. Nightfall stuff. Throw. What is this? I think that's part of the world event. And then I need some cuttings, I think. I did this Nightfall stuff when it was current, so I think I'm all good to just ignore it, because I'm max rep. I think I've bought everything I wanted from the vendor, and it was a terribly boring event, so I don't mind never doing it ever again.
Is that the best warrior they can offer?
I have to say, to be fair, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit in terms of toys, because I engage a lot with Hearthstone customizations, which do technically count as toys. So maybe I do like toys more than I let on. Toys and mailboxes. I do love a mailbox toy. Where are these eagles? Oh, they're up here. Can I get this one that's all the way up here? No. Invalid target? Oh, it's coming for me already. Okay, well, I hadn't hoped to pull world event mobs, but here we are. Maybe someone will jump in a second. Right on cue. Then one more bird.
Crawlers are up to something. Destroy the target at once.
There we go. And I'm out of here.
You are an outsider. Yes. Those crawlers are up to something. Destroy the target at once.
True, still have nightmares of WoD release, being stuck in the garrison for 3 days.
Get in there and show them the
I quite liked my garrison. The Alliance one is much nicer than the Horde one, in my opinion. I now have a fully upgraded Alliance and Horde garrison as well, so we've got 2 herb gardens on the go. It's kind of nice having the character that I used to play all that time ago still floating around, because it meant I didn't have to do all that progress all over again.
Cheerful boosted Sunday.
The Lynx get the zoomies and misbehave. Take one for a run before it maims someone.
We are the holders of hope.
Decorate the house. Seeing lots more decor that I would love to have in my actual house, just saying. Like Master Whistle toy, Biss. Yeah, those aren't really as applicable anymore. Are you alright over there?
Where did you find
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You have to do... It's one of the treasures, or like rare things.
I'll figure it out.
There's a turtle in like the southwest or something who's trying to save a rat. And then you have to give it a certain type of food. There's a Wowhead guide for it. Where's this last decoration I'm meant to be using? Decorate the house. Yeah, Flightmaster's whistles were really useful for getting you straight to a Flightmaster. Now that we've got Skyriding, I think they stopped making the whistles. Can you guys see what I meant to press? I meant to be decorating the house. Sometimes being an alcoholic pays off. Absolutely. The angel wings in WoD, the flying toy. Yes, I do remember that. The one that shot you super high up into the sky and then gave you a slow fall. That was very useful before we were able to fly in Waters of Draenor. Oh, magnifying glass. Goodness gracious
We
me.
must prepare for Belladar to shift. I pray for the flame to show us the way.
Don't need anything for what? No. Oh, we're cooking. It's difficult to tell what is bubbling away in this thick stew. Chop vegetables. Throw cheese into the pot. Show me the cheese. This cheese is on the floor. Fabulous. Throw water at cooking pot. Talk to Steel Strike to start cooking.
This land was not what we expected.
What is going on? We're playing Cooking Mama in WoW, I fear. We're chopping floor carrots. We are throwing spices. There's a book here. Fish on the floor. Everything's on the floor. This is nasty. What's this?
I must ensure my
What do you
people's
want?
survival.
Did it burn? Okay, I think it's meant to be going wrong. I think she's meant to be a terrible cook. This is what Hell's Kitchen is like. Sample the stew. I think I'd rather not. I'll do what I can to improve this.
We are far from the Empire.
Have a seat. The dinner table. Why do we have to go to a different house to cook? It looks okay. You notice a hefty chunk of carrot bobbing idling. Bobbing idling. I think that's a typo. Bobbing idly by before sinking into the depths. You know what went into making this stew? Only one can wonder how it'll taste.
I would safeguard my people.
Oh. I finished it by accident. Thank you for the stew. This is not the culinary equivalent of a punch to the face. It actually has flavor. Oh my goodness. Hello again. Also, I'm thoroughly enjoying the single strand of anime hair. This? Single strand, honey. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Hello, Altered. I'm going to take a short break. And when we get back, we will continue on with our Hallowful side quests. Hello. I was gone for a very long time. I apologize. I was steeping my tea. Very important. Okay. I'd like to get up out of this chair, please. Thank you.
Oops.
How are we doing? Hi, back. Hi, Fran. That's a Lunar Festival quest. I guess we check back at the main place. Merildar. Oh, wait. Is this a quest? We're just like handing in a bunch of little random items from my inventory. I'm not sure what that's about. Someone's in here somewhere. Great
Come
Chiron.
and share my light.
Find Faerun.
In service to others, we find our flame.
Anything else for us to pick up? Not currently. How far are we? Sojourner of Hallowfall. We've got 3 left. Priory, Rest at Last, and the Mysterious Chef. So I guess let's just go with the one questline that we have.
My faith
How are you guys
kindles
spending your
my
time in the wait for midnight? I'm curious. So I feel like I've managed to keep myself pretty occupied in WoW, but I know lots of people have been veering off elsewhere and like playing other games or something.
Despite everything, the Orathi find joy.
Dipped my toe very delicately into the classic waters. Oh, Anduin's here. I've been keeping busy with housing, either decorating, making speed builds, or collecting
Our
decor,
strength is in unity.
which has slowed down quite drastically now that
Pull this together.
I've got quite a lot. So the stuff I don't have is quite niche and requires some more work. Farming for decor, yeah. I'm very curious to see how much we'll have by the time midnight is here, which is less than a week, and then just how much is available at the launch of midnight for us to collect. Because I think it's going to make my decor collection look piddly in comparison. Not that that matters, gives us lots to do. Are you still working on your Legion Order Halsey? Or is there a specific decor piece that you're working on at the moment? It's definitely going to be interesting. Hope it's not all too difficult to collect. I highly doubt that personally. Just kind of a, I guess, an educated guess on how early access has been going. If you think that some decor is from like a quest line, which would probably be pretty simple. Some things will be from getting a reputation. There'll be some drop stuff, so maybe stuff from dungeons that will be pretty attainable. There'll definitely be difficult things too, like I'm sure they'll continue things like get the Midnight Meta achievement, stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. I hope there's nothing that feels really bad to try and get. Was working on the order halls, but did not have enough order resources and didn't want to farm them. Don't have an item to equip on my champion to get extra resources from wild quests. Okay. I didn't have that either. I don't know if I've shared this tip before, but I use an add-on called World Quest List, which is this very big, slightly daunting looking interface here on my map. If you click into the Broken Isles, it then filters out any world quest apart from what's available in the Broken Isles. And then I filter it to show me my rewards in a certain order, and then it will house all of your order resource rewards in a descending list. So I know if I were to need to farm some order resources, I could go to Argus right now and just like kill a rare and get nearly 1,000 just from that. And then it kind of means that I pick off the maybe top 4 or 5, which typically don't take a huge amount of time to do. And then I've immediately got quite a good amount of order resources back in my supply. But I fully appreciate not wanting to go back and do that kind of stuff. That's just what made it quick and easy for me. Okay. I'm looking for one more lost belonging. I've made my tea quite late in the day. I hope that doesn't come round to bite me in the bum later. But I do also drink Pepsi Max often with a meal, like a dinner, so that also has caffeine in it. So I'd like to think that I'll be okay. Oh, Meryldar's changing again. Or Beryldar, I get confused. Beryldar is the big crystal. Merylдар is the main, like, hub of the zone.
The links, get the zoomies and misbehave. Take one for a run before it maims someone.
Here you go, Feyrin.
Owe our service to those in need.
Oh, no problem, Lee. I found that very useful myself. And doing the boy who did nothing. The boy who didn't bring a razor with him to the War Within. Bless him, he's had a rough time. Or any chapstick. I knew you'd have a follow-up quest, I just had to wait for you to yap. How are you doing today, Siri? Are you enjoying your book? I have a book that's on its way to me. I'm kind of desperate for it at this point. Kira hums as she cooks, smiling. The pan smells of onions and garlic. Well, doesn't she seem like an absolute blessing? Oh, look at her little face. She's smiling. I need to make a Coltira, and I think they're adorable. With her little apron on. I have that. It's a tabard.
Find joy in the flame's light.
I'm not sure what I just asked her for, but she gave me a piece of something. Oh, hello, there's another quest. Dawnbreaker. Shush. Bayron wants to know if you have a Light's Gambit game piece to spare. Silly young adults romance. Ooh. Are we talking enemies to lovers, or what's the tea? I could get into the likes of Akatar. I've heard very good things about that. Game piece. Is it on the table?
Hello?
Maybe we're upstairs. The face having better graphics than the body. They did kind of give Voltirans quite high resolution features in the face. Also, hi Eliza. I can't read her dialogue. She's a little bit scary. I'm going to move on. And one here somewhere.
You are right to be afraid.
Sadly not enemies to lovers. That would be Fourth Wing. Oh yeah, I've heard Fourth Wing is good too. The book I've ordered is... Hear me out, because it's going to sound like a cry for help. Let me get the name of it. The book. It's called Manifest the Unseen. by... I thought it was Lunar Rivers, but Waterstone seems to call them River Luna, so I'm not sure. I think it's Lunar River. I say it sounds like a cry for help. It doesn't. There's nothing wrong with reading books on manifestation and like more intrinsic self-help,
In my heart, there
but
is fire.
I've been having some like inner personal kind of mental quandaries lately, and I think I need a book that's going to help me navigate those.
It's your team against my one unit.
What on earth is going...
Easy.
Oh no, do I
You
have to
win
play
by
like
getting one unit
basic
off to 0.
chess?
I win by getting each of your
Cannon
units
fire,
to 0.
shoot a cannon, heavily damaging
Look
enemies
carefully at
in
each of
target
your unit's
area.
abilities.
Switch control to another game
worry,
piece
I won't
with
stop
the
until you
lowest
make your home
cooldown.
blue. Your
Pieces
castle has
can also
powerful
be
ranged
switched by
attacks,
clicking on
but it
another
can't
piece
move.
itself.
The other two can move, and have both ranged and melee abilities. Try using an ability.
Also, not to be mean, but the book I'm reading, The British Empire is Collapsing Due to an Incompetent Prime Minister. That sounds autobiographical. It's a quick minigame. Okay. She said, try using an ability. Okay.
Each unit can only do one ability. Then it has to recharge. While it's recharging, switch to another unit. Move your pieces around the board to avoid my attacks and deal your own. The first player to wipe out the other side's team wins. Let's do this.
Oh. Oh, crap. I healed. Oops. What ability do you have? Charge to a targeted location, damaging enemies. Okay, I can't go that far. What about you? Everyone's got to move. Oh, crap. How much health does she have? Uh-oh. I feel like I'm probably not very good at this. This knight isn't really doing anything. We won. Yoshiku, the Japanese Art of Manifesting by Azumi Uchitani. Come on, Eva, you studied this at university. Is really good so far. I'm enjoying that a lot. It's all about slowing down and trying to enjoy the here and now and reducing stress levels. Yeah, I think I need that. I think it's time we get going. Yes, enough of the funny games, Anduin. That's quite enough. We have one last questline. The Mysterious Chef. Hi Eva, how's it going? Hi Tyrannus, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing today? Hope you are looking forward to your weekend. We have some dreadful weather where we're living currently, which I think is probably the case for the majority of the UK. But that just means we're going to stay home and be cozy and stay dry.
May your feet find good trails.
You studied what? I minored in Japanese at university. My major was in Hispanic studies, so the bougie way of saying Spanish. But I spent 25% of my degree studying Japanese as well. So I read that Japanese name very poorly for someone that has 3 years of Japanese under their belt. Go to the prairie, if you say so. Eva studied the blade. I did not. I learned how to make origami in my Japanese lesson once.
Emperor rewards the faithful.
And I don't know if this is a thing that's reserved for people that are interested in Japanese or not, but origami is a compound word made of two different Japanese words. Oru, which means to fold, and technically the word for paper on its own in Japanese isn't gami, it's kami. Origami is folding paper, which is why we call it that, because when you do origami, you fold paper. Kind of fun fact. Why she tops in our raids. I'm very happy topping in raids at a safe distance as a range DPS. I'd rather cool down the moon and the stars than be up in a boss's business with a sword. Sweet sting venom. We also need to speak to this person.
The Emperor rewards the faithful.
Stay home and be cozy. My favorite pastime. Absolutely, Vorna. You're on to something there. Oh, this is... We need to make the memorial wine. Are you going to tell us? Jump in there and stomp those grapes. Yeah, I think he was trolling me. Add some blessed water. I'm doing a Mechagon daily quest like this at the moment. I can't stand it. I'm so excited to be done with Mechagon. Add a few sachets of special spices. It's entirely my own fault because I just get distracted by something on my second monitor and then I've missed one of the cues and then I failed the quest and I have to start again. Sacred herbs. I've been learning Japanese for a couple of months now. It's by far the most difficult language I've tried to learn. Did you enjoy it? I did enjoy it, yes. It certainly is quite difficult. I found it very difficult myself. Because I studied it at university and it was a minor degree, the university I went to offered Japanese only as an accelerated course. So I went to university with zero prior knowledge of Japanese, apart from some Duolingo and some like self-study stuff that I'd done in preparation for university. So basically, you know, what you would classify in a language competency grade as A1, complete beginner. And you do have to learn it very fast at university. That was a challenge. I think if it had been a little slower and I had the time to dig a little deeper into certain aspects of grammar and such, I would have felt a bit more comfortable, but it definitely was a very big challenge. Very rewarding though. It's very cool to have a language like that under your belt in any capacity. Oh gosh, speak with Sebastian to begin. You pat Sebastian's shoulder awkwardly. You nod solemnly to Sebastian in silence. You engulf Sebastian in a huge hug. You stand ready to help, shuffling your feet awkwardly. Why are so many of these so awkward? I'm going to give him a big hug. He didn't seem to care. Okay. Wow. Look at this animation. That's cute. She's like writing in a big tome. Welcome to university. Here is the Duolingo app. No, that's not how it was. Duolingo has such a grip on language learners. It does. And it's not even that good, let me tell you. I think as someone who has spent a lot of their life learning languages more deeply than on the kind of surface level of an app, my view on Duolingo is it's a great app for someone who has a base kind of foundational understanding of a language to begin with. If you see past all of its, you know, in-app purchases and the adverts and all the rest of it, the way it tries to sell you at any given turn on Duolingo Premium or whatever it's called, that is outrageous. I can see past it because I've used it for so many years and I just don't care. Duolingo kind of just throws you in and is quite good with vocab. It's not good with grammar. And it's also not terribly good with syntax. It can't provide explanations for why things are a way that they are in a language, and they can't provide context. You kind of just have to make mistakes and then be told, that's not quite right, try again, until it just kind of sticks as memory. I don't care for that personally, because when I learn languages, I like to have the reason in my head why the thing is the way I'm saying it. Because if I know why, I can apply that to every kind of concept in the future, so to speak. I don't know if that makes sense, but because I, speak Spanish, for example, if I just wanted 5 minutes of like a quick vocab knowledge bump, I would, I guess, just do a Spanish lesson. Maybe not Spanish, because I would feel a bit like it's a waste of time. But I'm learning Norwegian right now because of my boyfriend. And my Norwegian knowledge is still very basic. But because I get surrounded by Norwegian in conversation when Loff is like on the phone with his family or when we visit Norway and I'm surrounded by it just on all sides, I quite quickly get a grasp of grammar and things like that, to which Duolingo is quite a good supplement just for some added, oh, that's what that word means. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, I get it.
The Emperor rewards the faithful.
I switched to Airlearn and it's significantly better, but I find textbooks to be the most useful. Airlearn? I don't think I've heard of that. I do have a textbook for Norwegian as well. That is something that helps me, is like actually working on exercises. And it takes me back to being in school. Then again, I'm bad at learning any forcing language that was not English.
In hardship, kindly.
Yeah, I'm curious for any non-native English speakers how your experience was learning English and how you learned it, and if you consider it to be difficult or not.
We are the warriors of the sacred flame.
Oh, I thought I was done. We still need a mysterious chef. Duolingo was so fun for a bit, but the only words I knew for my overseas trip were cheese and hello. I'm botanical. Honestly, if it's for a holiday or something, you need like the bare minimum. And if you're going somewhere touristy, they probably speak English, which is not like something that you should lean on, in my opinion, but cheese and hello get you much further than you might think. Oh, and now we're having an argument about Norwegian and Danish. Okay.
No, we're past that.
Okay. So nice to be exposed to other languages in a fluid environment like that. We're planning it goes well for you. Thank you, Lee. Lof and I sometimes exchange words in Norwegian. I couldn't hold a conversation, but you've got to start somewhere, haven't you?
The links, get the zoomies and misbehave.
Are you going to tell me to do
Take one
Priory
more
of the
run
Sacred
before they
Flame?
blame someone.
Defeat Brawn Pike, defeat Merprey. Yes, apparently I am. I don't know if this is actually for a side quest line. Let's just look up the mysterious chef, because I feel like that's got nothing to do with the priory. Mysterious chef, wow. I learned English by playing video games and spending way too many hours playing League with a bunch of British lads. Sounds somewhat similar to how Lof learned a lot of English, honestly. Apart from being top of his class in school. Oh, weird. Something earthy. There's only 4 quests in this chain, and it definitely doesn't have anything to do with priory. Harvest a nearby taro plant for the chef. Where do we get this? Northeast. Who is that? Dolina. Let's see if she's got something for us. I don't see it on the map.
Oh my.
Just teach you Danish, instead it works. I was also tough in my class. Good Siri. Very studious. Second language grading is silly, because if you seem fluent, they give you high grades. They don't care about the grammar. I guess that might be an issue when you're being taught, let's say English, by a non-native. That's something that I struggled with a little bit with school, and then was very grateful for at university. When I got to university, all of my Spanish tutors were either from Spain or South America, which in and of itself is amazing because different parts of Spain speak Spanish differently. And then, of course, different parts of South America all speak Spanish differently as well. So we got kind of some context on all different types of accents and little, you know, vocab differences and such. For example, in Spain, they call a car coche, but in South America, they call it carro, which, unless you just hear that, like, unless you just know it, you might be like, I've never heard that word before. What are you saying? And then there were only 2 Japanese tutors at my university, and they were both. Oh, one of them was a very lovely Japanese lady. She was a little old lady. And the other one was a horrible pal who made me end up ultimately dropping Japanese as a subject because I couldn't do it. That would help a lot. Yeah, I do think unless you are extremely gifted in another language and you've studied really hard into those really fine details of grammar and syntax, and you understand the context of why things are a certain way, you are going to struggle to have a comprehensive language learning experience without a native. I don't know if that's a hot take. But I taught English as a foreign language for a year in Spain. And obviously I joined the English department in a Spanish-speaking school. And the teachers I was working with, I thought, oh, you yourself don't speak very much English. Which, to be fair, they got away with because they worked in a primary school, so the children were like aged 5 to 11. But I thought, if we were to get into secondary school age, so kind of teenagers up to university age, that's when kids start to become inquisitive and ask questions about why certain things are the way that they are. I don't think they would know the answers.
Holders of hope.
Sojourner of Hallowfall. Lovely. We may as well finish this because we can get some garlic knots. Help the chef prep a meal, stand by the chef's table, and use the meal prep abilities to assist. Oh gosh. What do we have? Peel garlic, cube taro, mince herbs, ask question cave, ask question recipe, ask question vegetables. Get to chopping. Cube? So far she's only asked me to chop. I did not study any language after high school, so I never got to experience that. It can also be true that it becomes harder as you get older to be exposed to languages in that way because school kind of forces you to learn languages. At least in the UK, it kind of does. Typically, kids start learning French. When I was in school, we started learning when we were about 9. And then that carries on until you could study it until you left school. So until 18. She hasn't told me to do anything else yet. She's just yapping right now. A couple days ago, I realized Mischief is turning 10 next year. Oh my goodness, this guild's been going a long time. We're newbies in comparison. Mischief, for people who don't know, is the name of our guild. Siri is our guild leader. Okay. She is expecting me to do things. She's just not saying it very explicitly. But I don't think we can fail this. Progress bar's going up. We started with learning English from 8 years old, and then German from 14 or 15. Yeah, most schools in the UK, I would say, offer French as kind of the introductory language, and then you can learn Spanish or German additionally, but typically not all three. Since questioning. Yeah, she just wants tarot, apparently. We're not doing anything else. Sure.
Feel the warmth of
You're
the
welcome,
sacred
darling.
flame.
Thank you for the appearances. We got some garlic knots. Pretty iconic. Would love to have some garlic as a decor item in our house. And an appearance I didn't have for a stew-stained cape. I chose a high school where I did not need to learn more German. No, I never learned German either. Mine was the case of either Spanish or German, and I just coincidentally got pushed into... I got the 50-50 split and got Spanish instead of German. And I honestly wonder what I would have ended up studying at university had I taken German, because I just have a feeling I wouldn't have been as enamored with it as I was with Spanish. I'm going to abandon the Priory quest. You can't make me do it. So, Colorful is done, meaning we can do Sojourner of Ringing Deeps and Sojourner of Azkahet. Let's do Azkahet last. Started learning English at 8 all the way up to 18. 10 years is a substantial amount of time. It's an interesting thing to consider as well, as gamers, how much more English people are exposed to than others. Because unless you were to play WoW, for example, and
Keep the gears turning.
set the language, I don't know how it works if you were like based in another country, if the language would default to being in your language if it's available, or if it would permanently be in English by default and you would have to switch it yourself. But my understanding is that for the most part, the games are in English. And you either can change it yourself if you want to, or a lot of people would just leave it in English and then slowly but surely, like a sponge, you just kind of absorb it as time goes on. I did not learn the wonders of whatever that is, Siri, no. You might have to explain. What am I doing? Oh, Siren Isle, goodness gracious me. Sojourner of Ringing Deeps. Feel like this isn't a thing, but I'll double check. Can catch more fires with honey. I'm gonna untrack this for now. That doesn't sound like something that we're meant to be doing. The other two probably are something. Fire and gemstone. Acquire an awakened cog and a ringing gemstone from awakening the machine. Okay, I'm untracking that one too. We're doing things for knick-knack, apparently. Oh no, I suck at the ringing deeps. I find it really difficult to navigate. This is in Dark Flame Cleft. What is going on? I'm gonna go over here. This looks more promising. We'll get there in the end. I told you I would suck at this part. Should have left Hallowfall until last. It felt so much simpler. I had classmates that were not even able to form sentences. It was kind of sad. I mean, English can be really difficult, I think. But I'm in the privileged position where I never had to learn it as a second language, so I guess I can't super comment. This looks more like it. Rampaging elementals slain. And rescuing refinery workers. There is some decor from questlines in The War Within, but I think I've got those already. I kind of tunnel visioned them when I discovered that they were available. Most kids' games in Denmark were translated to Danish or given VA? Oh, maybe I'm wrong then. Don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily believe that, you know, the world should just learn English, Fivehead. It is the way that the world has gone, and I don't think there's any coming back from that. But it's all the people who typically are native English speakers that don't mind saying that. And then they go on holiday to Spain and end up at Paddy's Irish pub. Let's just say I don't think they're going to Spain for the culture. I think they want the UK with nice weather, basically. Also, pro tip for doing these achievements at the start of the expansion, especially... I don't know if that's shade, Siri, but I'm taking it as shade. Because I definitely didn't do these at the time. I was probably in a rush to get my character leveled and geared because I was working full time and didn't want to be behind for raid. So I vaguely remember very quickly doing the campaign because that unlocks typically like world quests and alt catch up and stuff. But then side quest lines, I said I'll get onto that eventually, and then didn't. In Germany, everything is dubbed, and I mean everything. Dubbed into German, I'm assuming. I mean, fair play in that case. Kind of ran out of things to do on my mage after a day during that window. Yeah, I think I maybe didn't have very much time to commit to the game when War Within was here. Also, I don't think I had early access. At least it's dropping on a weekend this time. Yeah, for EU, am I right in saying it's technically Thursday, but it's not until very late at night? I don't think I'll be staying up for that because, I mean, I'm usually logged off the PC at 10 PM, if not sooner. I should be off sooner, in my opinion. I get sleepy. I was incredibly tired this morning. I don't know what was going on. I actually slept really well. Yeah, I slept a little bit too well. I did a workout yesterday when I woke up. Now I have severe lactic acid buildup in my quads, so I'm walking really funny because I'm just kind of sore. But it made me sleep like a baby. I was thrilled.
Outsiders detected.
Only Thursday for the Brits and Portuguese. Everyone else is Friday. Oh, okay. Time zones, I guess. Defeat elemental rifts. Enter the cave. Destroy rift source. I'm also going to bed, so I won't be playing the midnight release at midnight. No. I just think it's exciting that there's a new expansion. I just don't want it to be negatively impacted by server instability and oversaturation of players. If that means that I have to be you know, 8 hours late to the party and start questing the next morning, but I have a slightly more peaceful time because there are fewer people around, then so be it. I don't mind that too much. I also like to take my time, so I'm not in a massive rush. I always find expansion releases a nice opportunity to try and, you know, pay attention to the new environments, pay attention to the new characters, or like current characters, I guess. I turn game music on rather than listening to lo-fi like we normally do, because a lot of work goes into making score for new WoW expansions, and it seems like a waste to just turn that off for the sake of the same lo-fi tracks we listen to every day. I also kind of like stopping and checking out all the different herbs in the new zones. That's a little detail that I kind of like to tune into because the herbs from each expansion are so different from one another. And oftentimes, you know, they've had to get so creative with herbs nowadays because there's so many.
Start talking.
There we go. Rampage at the mine. Also means they have a chance to fix bugs. Sadly, I have work. Work on the Friday, I'm assuming. Hopefully you have the whole weekend to chill and play WoW.
Have you met your quota?
Okay. Like reading the quest text. I do too, kind of. I don't sit and, you know, deeply read everything. But I try not to just, you know, Leatrix plus auto-accept quests and move on with my life. Sometimes if I were to stream it, which I probably will, parts of it, it can be a little distracting trying to read brand new quest text while also streaming and chatting and whatnot.
Painful. Not a memory I'm going to keep.
Sit and listen to the Stay a While and Listen stories. That's a nice idea. A little dialogue between lore NPCs.
Check on the others. I'm functional. Give me a moment. Regaining strength. Give me a moment. Regaining strength. Timely intervention. I declare.
I kind of find the way these earthens speak really adorable. The way that they're like kind of robotic.
Not a memory I'm going to keep.
How do we get gas samples? Stand in gas vents near Hallow for... Oh, these. Probably. Oh, bye. Also, I hope we can enjoy a nice cup of tea in Silvermoon. I'm sure we will, Siri. You could also come over to my house and we can enjoy a cup of tea there. What about that? No, my guild neighborhood house is not my actual house. You'll have to come to the other neighborhood. suppose I could try and make a second house. A permanent one. Currently I'm using the Horde neighborhood house as my speed build house. So it's permanently under construction and there's always things being built and then completely tore down and started again. Currently has one room in it, which is empty and dark. You're Robbie in the UK? Well, you can physically come to our house in that case. I meant in-game, but you're welcome to come visit. Of course. I think Loft says, no, you're not, but
Remain vigilant.
he's lying. I make a mean cup of tea. I hope you like tea. Charmander. We kill a rare. He's so cute. Oh, he looks a little bit mean. He's got no hair. Got some rep. Okay, I've ended up with no quests. Did they give me anything for finishing this part? I don't think they did they? I guess we head over to like the east side and do a neb in need. Oh, lumber. Free lumber. Love the new kobolds. Definitely a big upgrade from the classic ones, that's for sure. How much Dornic fur lumber do we have? 49. That's enough to make at least one thing, I think. Boulder Springs hot tub is 34 lumber, and the retort is 8. The retorts don't sell because they're ugly, but the hot tubs generally do. No, never mind. Sorry. I swear I did this. Collect the bundle of candles and place candles along the barricade.
We friends,
Oh, maybe I got the decor piece and then stopped progressing the storyline. That sounds like something I would do. Okay. I just need to take a quick break, but when we get back, we will continue this on as normal. I will see you shortly. How are we doing? Let's see if we can help Neb. This kind of feels like maybe we are at the end of this particular storyline already, because I think there was a decor piece from this earlier on in the questline. Oh, Jacob, yeah. It's colder over in the Scandinavian countries now. I hope you're staying warm. This meta achievement is going to take us a pretty
Simple test.
good amount of time to get, I think. I'm going to have to chip away at this off stream if I want to be in with a chance of getting it done before midnight, considering we've got less than a week. So I made this mistake with BFA, where I had kind of progressed the meta achievement a little bit. And then, what, Shadowlands came out? And I just never returned to it, so it's just half-baked in my achievement journal right now. Just waiting to be seen to, so it would be nice to tick off midnight. The War Within. I managed to do the Shadowlands one before Dragonflight, and then I managed to do the Dragonflight one before War Within. So we're on a roll. I just need to not break my streak. Shadowlands one was hard. Very intensive stuff. Queen Rikitika.
I'm hungry. Got food? Hey, you give that.
No credit? Neb, I thought we were friends. Oh. I'm just gonna hang on a second. He's up and not drooling.
Yeah, I'm strong. Find more shinies.
I think that's everything. Okay. Well. Oh gosh, a clutch of hope. There's a cave down here somewhere. This is where we just came. Oh, maybe it is in here. Hello. Oh. Maybe this is where the storyline comes from. Broodmother egg. I didn't notice it when we were just there. There we go. Envenomed invasion. I knew you were a good egg, Neb. Okay. A few more. In a pinch, these two are nice and close together. Having to teach people that fight was not fun. Overnax? Rude Twister? Is that who you mean? That became very mechanically intricate once Loth had figured out that positioning. I felt for him with that. That was a bit tedious. Was that Nerebar Palace? It must have been.
Another interruption.
Brood Twister Overnax. Yeah, and you gotta break specific eggs and break the correct ones. Yeah. I kind of want to change my cat form. I changed it to the fire cat not long ago, but I don't care for it that much. Find Lisky. Oh, here she is. I'm looking forward to having Loth raid lead me again. I always know I'm in good hands when Loth is raid leading. He is exceptionally good raid leader. When I first joined the guild, Lisky, come here. Well, when I first met Loth in WoW, I joined a guild that he was in, or his guild, I don't remember. And he was raid leading the first night I joined their raid. And I told him I owned up to a somewhat embarrassing story, which was, I'm pretty sure the next day after our first raid together, I was on a dog walk with my mum.
You are acknowledged.
And I was really excited. My mum knows nothing about WoW, by the way. I said, I did a raid yesterday, and for the first time I had a raid leader who like was actually nice and was encouraging people and praising them for doing things well and didn't yell at people for being stupid. It was amazing. And my mum was like, "That's nice, sweetie." She was like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." And I just told Locke that like a couple of years later because I thought, I've got nothing to lose. I'll boost his ego a little bit. But to be fair, it was warranted because A, he's very good, and B, my history of raid leaders and guilds and raiding with raid teams has been dire, so he was a real breath of fresh air. Telling everyone to PI me, so we're ruining my logs. I also think for once at the start of an expansion, I don't need to rebuild an entire guild. This one seems to have very well meshed together and isn't too fragmented. In the past, we've seen lots of kind of just seasonal people. They come, they progress, they get their AOTC, and then they bounce. Which is kind of weird in my opinion. That has never been my approach, but I guess if they feel like they're not gelling with the guild, then that might be why. We're just sort of a means to an end. I suppose I have been that person in the past, but I've only ever been part of those big conglomerate guilds where you're kind of lucky to get a raid spot because it's just inundated with people. I was a healer back then, so I was quite valuable.
Begin speaking.
We just got 2 super quickly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Slowly but surely clearing the map. I would love to untwist my tongue.
You are acknowledged.
That's Lunar Festival. Don't need it, but I'll take it. Let's head down to Foreign Fog, which I'm assuming is the questline Into the Fog. That was Mischief for ages. I also recruited people and then they just disappear without saying anything.
Greetings.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I get it because at the end of the day, typically those people, you don't know them, they don't know you. But given the work that goes into recruiting for a guild, recruiting for a raid, organizing the raids, you know, or everything the raid leader has to do. I'm confused. Fog collector filled. It's very rude to just kind of take all of that and then just do a runner, but people do it. They don't necessarily feel like they owe anything, so they just take advantage of the free raid leading and all the work that goes into it beforehand, and then just be like, well, I got my thing, so bye. Or not even bye, I guess, in your case. And we had that one player named Kamala Harris who caused me to get the most random DM from a YouTuber. Was I there for that? I don't remember that. Ah. Playing retail, WoW feels like too much work at the moment. That's why I'm on a 2 expansion break. That's valid, Jacob. The game's here if you want to play it. There's never any expectation. No need to play it if you're not going to have a good time. Sounds like you've got things that are keeping you occupied right now anyway, so there's no need for WoW, and that's fine. Where are we going? Third fog site reached. Is this going to be in a cave? If I can't commit to the full tier, I don't play. Oh, really? That's interesting. I wouldn't approach the game with that logic myself, but it's personal opinion at that point, I guess. Depends what you want to get out of the game. Retail is fun, but they really need to improve the in-game recruitment system. I'm assuming you mean for guilds specifically. Yeah, I never had much success with recruiting for the period that I was an officer in the last guild that Loff and I were in.
Tell me of your travels.
Trackers attached to fog beasts and deep player hunters slain. Are these going to attack me? Oh, I killed the fog wither. I'm sorry. What if I tag it first and then it runs away? Yeah, that's the move. Still missing raiding with you all. I don't want to do Delves or Mythic Plus. And then it's better if I just don't even play. I get that, to be honest. If the majority of the content is off-putting to you, then it's probably best to just leave it.
Is there a problem?
You can enjoy WoW vicariously through me and my streams.
Welcome.
Find and follow the fog trail. Reveals nearby traces left by fog beasts. Recruiting is the worst part about WoW. I slid into so many people's DMs to do it, so glad I don't need to do a lot of that at the moment. Yeah, they developed, you know, add-ons and stuff to try and help with recruitment, but they were never terribly fruitful, at least for me. And then there's obviously recruitment discords, but everything is just so oversaturated. I honestly find it difficult to, like, I don't think there is a good solution. Also, I've lost my fog trail. Unless it's meant to be here. What if we plonk back on land? What does this do now? We've lost the scent entirely. Let's go back. This is just going back the way we came. Websites are not good for it either. Noli, this is where we started. You're trolling me. It sends you to the edge of this hill, and then you don't get more fog. I guess I need to... Did we drop down and try and use it on the ground, or did I just go straight to the water? We're here, and then there's a little bit more, and then you get to the water. Is it in the water? Oh. It's not this. There we go. Not terribly intuitive, but that's alright. And then what, back in the water? Okay. It also does not help that we are on the low end of content, being cleared since Heroic is still high-end content for most of the player base. Yeah, and that's valid. Oh.
Oh, hello. I hope to see you again.
Oh, okay, bye, girl. She's zoomed off. Also, she's sitting on her disc. That's so cute. Photo taken. Oh dear. See lumber. I've been slowly and steadily crafting lumber, not lumber, I've been crafting decor. All the alchemy stuff from the professions that I've leveled, I've learned those to my like decor journal already. And then anything that's not selling super well or anything that I just feel like, I sent a Loth as a copy because he's not engaged with player housing really at all. And it's like a nice little gift to give him. So I made him a hot tub. I made him one of these. The Boulder Springs hot tub. Because I thought he'd probably like a hot tub. He did also get some, like, I think Outland, Burning Crusade Alchemy potion or something. Can I have a hot tub? Of course. I could even make you one right this second. Oops. What does it need? You don't have one already and you're trolling me to make gold, are you, Siri? I'm not your money pig. Oh, they're not even that expensive anymore. These used to sell for like over 50k. Damn. Well, it's okay, Siri. You're worth it. Crystalline powder. I don't think I've got any of this stuff. No. Harmonious horticulture. That's expensive. And... wait, what happened to my distilled Algari freshwater? I had like 500 of these, I swear. I bet I vended them. That's so annoying. I'm not buying those from the auction house because it comes from a vendor. Oh, it's 3 silver, Eva. Just let it go. You can buy those from a vendor. People really have the audacity to buy stuff from a vendor and then put it on the auction house. Preying on the poor people who don't realize that it's from a vendor. And making a profit. Those bastards. I'm like Loth. I've not done anything with my house. Me and Loth like Raid and Mythic Plus. Fair enough. I need an alchemy bench. What time is it? If I remember, Siri, or if you're still here at the end of stream, remind me, because I'll probably hearth to Sojourner, and I'll make you one there, because I don't have any portable alchemy benches on me right now. But I've got the mats. I paid for them with my own gold. If you ever want an alchemy crafted decor piece, you can place a work order for them. So, like, you could place a guild order if you wanted to. I'm more than happy to make them. If you provide all the mats, I have to provide the lumber because you can't trade lumber across other players. You can only trade it across your account. So there's a little bit of an investment in it, even for me, in the context of a crafting order. It's not like you can give me everything. I do still have to put in a little bit of the farming work. And you can't even just buy lumber on the auction house, so I physically have to go and chop some trees. So you know it's made with love. I don't know if you can place crafting orders for other expansions, alchemy and other professions. I assume you can't. Because the work orders weren't a thing back then. I'm sure Dragonflight works, because that's when they invented work orders.
Make it quick. We're busy.
Speaking of lumber, it despawned! Rude, I think I phased. Collect water from the third pool. Moira's here.
The mountain lends us its strength.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? You tell me, Siri.
Oh shit, how are you?
You need a hammer? Or an open hand?
This quest is sweet. I haven't been reading about it. What are we actually doing? We're collecting water. That gravel-brained ingrate. Well, very romantic. He took Fearbreaker and ran off to the north. That's not north. Has something to do with the speaker of Azeroth? So like a lore thing, you mean?
Well, I'm listening.
Find Berend, the gleaming within the rambling wastes.
Hammers. Stand as one.
And clean up the hoose. Agitated creatures slain. I'm curious to see how powerful we are when we first get into Midnight and we're questing. Because, I mean, I haven't played endgame content, talking, you know, Mythic Plus and Raid, since the season was kind of current. But, like, I have a good amount of gear. My item level's 156, which pre-squish was 716, 714, something like that. So I was serviceable. I've got a good amount of myth track stuff that's fully upgraded. I didn't do the turbo boost event because that was a bit too much to ask. But I'm curious if we're going to get to Midnight and the mobs are actually going to be difficult. Fearbreaker used, Skardin slain, and Earthen rescued. It's over here. So technically you only have to use the quest button once. It does also have a cooldown. Might be as silly as it was in the War Within. Don't know if I remember.
For those pills.
But I don't remember it being super difficult, at least, so I guess you're probably right. I should evacuate some groups, some holdout groups. These guys, I guess. If you had any form of gear, you one-shot mobs. Oh. Yeah, that's a little bit team too much. We want a nice balance where it doesn't feel like that, but it also doesn't feel like classic. I don't think we're in danger of that being a thing, at least. Sitting down to eat and drink between pulls. Although recuperate's a nice button to have.
Please, proceed.
We are almost done with our Sojourner of Ringing Deeps. Then all we've got left is the pretty hefty task of Ashkahet, because I've only done one storyline in Ashkahet. Bad Eva.
We've got hostiles. You need to step up and engage them. We want to preserve this place.
You address the Queen of Regents
There's
of the
Fearbreaker.
Dark Iron Clan.
So, we have outstanding routine maintenance and abysmal extraction. I think we have a renown thingy. Renowned with the assembly of the deeps. We're doing well with these today. That's 1,500 very useful resonance crystals. Thank you very much. Plus a bunch of junk.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
Profane tinderbox, I'll keep those for crafting. My bags are becoming a bit of a nightmare. Deal with the rest later.
Fortune to our friends.
Okay, we have a galvanic gland quest. Seems like the rest of our quests are down south-ish anyway. We have Archivist Faralt, which maybe we can pick up on the way. Don't expect to change any gear until max level. I don't remember that being the... Oh, actually, maybe I do. I seem to recall upgrades coming for me around level 78, which is quite something if you consider, you know, you're starting at level
What have you
70 for War Within. Also, that was... I got duped again. I haven't really been paying much attention to Lunar Festival this year. It doesn't really have a ton of stuff that I am too fussed about. There's some new transmog. To be fair, there is a mount that I don't have, but it's not new. But the holidays where it's just fly around and speak to NPCs in every zone to get some tokens, it's not the most riveting thing you could ask me to do. I'll get upgrades all over the place on my boo-boo druid. Siri, since you're here, any updates on the prospect of our two tanks? I'm asking as Loft's lawyer, because he is prepared to level a guardian druid. But what we don't want to happen is we're unsure on the tank's availability into midnight, so that Loth is then leveling a druid, a tank. Turns out we don't need him as a tank, and then he's got to like start again, unless he just... Surprise, you're a balanced druid now. A lawyer? I thought you were his boss. I kind of do boss him around a little bit. Feel bad about that sometimes. He doesn't mind. Is there a fire horse? Not from Lunar Festival, no. I mean, there should be, because it's the year of the horse, I think. There is a fire horse from the in-game shop. I believe if you have a recurring 6 or 12-month sub, you can get the Flaming Valor, Scorching Valor mount, which is a fire horse with a unique mount animation. Kind of nice.
Slay! Slay!
We summoning a rare? Oh my god, I was here right on time.
Bruh.
Random. Just happened to be in the area. I can't mount though. I guess since we're down here, let me go and do Tired of Tripping.
What's up?
Prospera Cogwhale. That's a great name.
What?
Oh gosh, what am I doing? Moles dealt with? All over. Call someone over to the desk.
I hear you.
Call airstrike? Oh my god.
Yo! Hey, how you doing?
Okay, that doesn't work.
Time is money, friend. What's up?
Check papers at the overseer's desk.
Hey, how you doing?
No one's bringing me papers.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Doing your inspections. Not allowed inside the Bobby Kotick Hotel. Fuck's sake. Something's not quite right, as they say in Surma. I'm gonna leave. Let's try dealing with some moles.
Yeah.
When they run, you need to nuke them if they're red. Oh, none of them seem to be red. It was weird. I'll try that next time. Look, I don't need to be on this mole rat. I can cast on it though, so I guess why not?
Life is all around us.
Look, I have more haste randomly. Movement speed and haste increased. That will be why. These guys are so cute. I think we've got a mole rat mount. It's a Papers, Please reference, which is a very funny video game. I am very out of touch. I did not catch that. I imagine we have to do it for the quest line, so I'll just head back there once this part is done, which I think it might be. How do I get off? Thank you. Okay. Troublemakers dealt with. Let's try again.
Time is money, friend.
We are... Look, the desk was like here. We abandon this.
Yo!
All over.
Time is money, friend. Yo!
He stayed green. Maybe it just takes a long time. He stayed green. I've got the best documentation money you can buy. Okay, I see what you mean. They're kind of cute when they come trotting over. That's as far as the reticle goes.
Ja, alltså...
Ah! Okay. We're on to something here. 3 out of 6. Do with a few more. They don't have the right paperwork to get into the S2 zone. Oh, I think I missed. Oh, I missed again. Gotcha. Wonderful. Thank you, Siri. I was a bit confused with that one.
What's up?
Your add-ons are experiencing a large number of errors. Girl, I literally got them all my ducks in a row earlier. I see lumber. I'm gonna try reloading when we get to this quest giver.
Well, spit it out.
Slimes stomped. Now I'm having frame drops. What is going on? It's probably all the things. Could honestly do with disabling all the things for now, actually. I'm not even really using it. It's such a hefty add-on. That's much better. Get a ride from Prospera, get the skull out of town. Was she gonna throw me? Oh, wow. Yay. Our hands grasp. So I killed him, took his skull to this memorial, and then he came back to life. It's going to ruin everything. Who wants to visit a resort with a 30-foot tall ghost deer?
Hey, how you doing?
Abysmal extraction. You're welcome, darling. That's not bad. Getting the Sojourner of Hallowfall and hopefully bringing Deepstone in one stream. That's just over 3 hours of work. Good progress. Thick fog dispersed. Things like this make me love being a druid. It's just quality of life.
Begin speaking.
Substation investigated. Oh.
Another interruption.
Danaf defended.
Pass. Okay.
You are acknowledged.
Machines are sensitive. In the deeps, they don't just deteriorate, they fester. It's taking me some time to get used to this new Eclipse way of working with Moonkin, where you have to physically press an Eclipse, and it's informed by whether you've pressed Starfire or Wrath most recently. It's kind of a struggle. Botanical, thank you very much for the brand new sub. I appreciate it very much. That's very, very kind of you. I hope you're doing well. You guys should absolutely go and check out Botanical's content. They are a wonderful housing creator. At least that's how I discovered them. Superb stuff. Very cozy builds. Much love to you. I tend to lurk while working, but love having your cozy self up on my other monitor. But I'm up out now. Have a lovely rest of your stream. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. I'm happy that you find my content cozy. That's exactly the vibe I was going for. Hope you have a good rest of your day and a very happy weekend, Botanical. Okay. Golem location triangulated. Lumber first. Yeah, the new Eclipse thing is a little bit weird. I think it doesn't help that my kind of default cooldown manager isn't very good at tracking the Eclipse. If you see there's this bar down here that's showing the Eclipse that's currently active. But otherwise I do struggle a little bit to kind of optimize the uptime, which is maybe going to be an issue in, you know, heroic progression. But I have uninstalled weak auras since the add-on changes, and I don't really have a view to bring them back because I believe they're going to be incompatible more or less. I might be mistaken, but I won't necessarily miss having them. I actually kind of like lessening the load on my add-ons folder, to be perfectly honest. Lumber. Fire Mage feels like playing Classic Mage. Bad thing. That sounds like a bad thing.
Get more active.
I've respec'd my mage that I have to Frost currently because her only purpose at the moment is farming Mechagon or some decor. There's an achievement I don't have that's going to give me a decor piece. It's the Junkyard Apprentice achievement for crafting 250 things at the Junkyard Tinkering Station. It gets a screw-sealed stem barrel. And she was just the most convenient character to do Mechagon stuff on because I played her during BFA, so she also has all the rep and everything. So I think she was sent out there initially to get rep items from the vendor. But she is Frost now because currently my version of Mechagon is scaled up to 80 because of the neighborhood endeavor that I have. Bot, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it very much. I hope you're doing well. Just watched your Glory of the Omega Raider guide. Thanks a lot. Hopefully going to be getting it done sometime soon. That's very exciting. It's a cool map to have, that's for sure. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well today. The mobs in Mechagon are scaled up to me, and a lot of them are elites, so they're actually kind of difficult because I don't play my mage, so she doesn't really have good gear. She is max level at least, but I seem to be sharing Mechagon in a layer with people who don't have Mechagon as their endeavor, so the mobs are like level 45 or whatever the like base level is for old expansion content. So while I'm struggling to kill one mob, other people are flying in and one-shotting everything. And I was having a really hard time with it recently, and Loth suggested that I try switching from Arcane to Frost because without an opener, Arcane just feels really gross, even to just play in open world content. So I switched to Frost and I am having a slightly better time, but what that means for actual like endgame content and where it stands, I do not know. It's okay, we just cast Fireball a lot. Yeah, I don't know about that. Are they still playing with the proc chance Pyroblast gameplay? Like the whole thing revolving around when you can press Pyroblast without hard casting? Probably end up playing Arcane since that seems to be the strongest at the moment. Arcane's not great for open world content. Yeah, it feels really bad, particularly when you don't have any arcane charges or whatever they're called. And you have to just sit and press some really underpowered arcane blasts for a second. Frost feels a little bit more impactful, at least for the baby content we're doing at the moment. Still a Crypt Sheen Instacast Pyroblast. I don't love that design, personally.
Begin speaking.
Is this it?
Raise the machine.
Routine maintenance complete, which means we are also done with Sojourner of the Ringing Deeps. Pretty good going. So the last thing in our Lawmaster of Khazalgar is the Sojourner of Azj-Kahet. So we just have to repeat everything we've just done in today's stream in Azj-Kahet. Imagine playing Arcane. Give me Prismatic Crystal. I might consider it. I remember that. Was that from, like, Warlords of Draenor? The thing where you cast a rune on the ground. Or am I thinking of something else?
There's yeah, it took 200% damage. So on the meters, this is why it was perceived as the most.
Loft's currently explaining it to me if you can't hear him.
That's a good memory. So on the meters,
He's taking his headset off. He's got serious.
it would be the damage that it did to the crystal and the boss and the crystal, and then when the crystal exploded, it would multiply it. It was perceived as the most broken spell in the game when it wasn't, because which meters picked it up wrong.
I'm thinking of Rune of Power, I think.
Yes.
Which put the rune on the ground. Crystal is a different thing. I don't remember that too much. Which is funny, because I was playing a mage back in the day. Hellfire Citadel. I was playing a priest by then, actually. long as I do not have to play Blue Mage, I'm happy. I'm assuming you mean Frost. Let's go back to Donegal. With my Pedal Feet's Hearthstone, my newest Hearthstone in the collection. Oh, could you guys hear Loth? He did raise his voice slightly. Okay. Siri, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm gonna go and make your hot tub right now. Mats are ready and waiting. One Boulder Springs hot tub coming up. It's your lucky day. Let me remind myself of your character's name. Ignis Lunari. Am I going to be able to send this to you? Twisting Nether? Let's see. Enjoy. You can't send mail to that realm. Oh. What if we do something really secretive, Siri? You might have to act quickly in case other people figure it out and swoop in. What if I put it in the guild bank? Can I do that? Find when used. I'm gonna slot the Boulder Springs hot tub in the back of the guild vault. For you to go and claim. You're the only one who can withdraw. There you go. So people just have to be taunted by it if they want to try and steal it. They can look at it, but they can't take it. I guess you can find out the hard way if you are wrong, Siri.
Many farewells.
Don't tempt Loth. I've literally already made him that hot tub, but he will steal it from you if you don't get there first. I just know it. Was that everything we were doing today? I think it might be. Yeah. We've got plenty more to do in terms of the meta achievement, but bits and pieces at a time. Let's not overwhelm ourselves. That is going to be all from me for today. Thank you guys, as always, for joining. It's been a pleasure to have you. I think for a change today, rather than just ending the stream, since it's a weekend, we're going to raid. So I haven't done a raid in ages. And out of the people I follow, there's not very many people live right now, which is a shame. But let me just quickly check something. I'm just checking no one's gonna like instantly end their stream as we raid, because that would be a shame. Let's go and raid Hazel. I've been really enjoying Hazel's content lately. And she's got a really nice cozy vibe. So yeah, thank you for joining. I'm actually going to be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. GMT. We're going to do a little weekend morning stream, which is exciting. I hope to catch you all then. But for now, enjoy the Hazel stream. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.